Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm Favstar. I'm back at my cottage and I'm ready to install my soffit and fascia on my dock storage building. So if you're a cottage DIY enthusiast or simply enjoy watching projects where the work boots look like this and the job site looks like this, then welcome to lake life. Alright guys, welcome back to my cottage. If you've been following along, you'll know I'm building my new dock storage building. I've already completed the framing and the metal roofing. If you missed those videos, I'll leave links for those down in the description below. If you're new here and would like to follow along, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss an episode. Without further ado, let's get to the soffit and fascia. Now before we begin our soffit and fascia install, we'll need to decide on our method of completing the eave return. Essentially how we'll transition our soffit from our side wall to our gable wall. Now there's three main methods of doing this. I could create a boxed eave, otherwise known as a pork chop eave. Now this is probably the simplest to do, and it was very popular with what you'd call your cookie cutter style homes. Another option is to install angled soffit. Now this is very popular as well, and while I really like this look, I've chosen to install flat soffit which ends at the end wall. Now this will be consistent with the main cottage building, providing a uniform look. I can achieve this look by installing nailers which will support the J-channel at the gable end. The J-channel on the side wall and the gable wall will line up back to back, and the two rows of soffit will be installed at right angles to each other. Applying the fascia metal trim will complete the look I'm going for. Eventually, gable wall trim will fill in the unfinished triangular area which is created when using this style of soffit detail. Now the first step in this project is building preparation. Attaching the required nailers to the building to secure our J-channel. And as always at the cottage, when we need nailers or just scrap wood of any kind, we start with a visit to the scrap wood pile. Now the J-channel is essentially an aluminum track which will support the soffit. The J-channel will need to be cut and bent to fit the contours of the building. To keep the soffit level, I'll install the top edge of the J-channel level with the bottom edge of the fascia board. I'll secure the J-channel to the wall with low profile pan head screws. For the soffit panels, I've chosen aluminum vented soffit panels. These panels will allow excellent airflow into the building. I've chosen to cut the soffit with a grinder with a metal cutting blade. I'll cut 2 sheets at a time to speed the cutting process. The metal fascia trim will be the finishing touch on our soffit install. I'll bend the metal around the corners and 45 the joints to create that professional look. Lightly scoring the metal with the utility knife will create a sharper edge when bending the metal. And I'll be sure to allow a couple of inches of overlap between pieces to create a watertight seal. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.